All right. So you come in here, you fill one of these out, and you write your name. I'll fill it out. You guys don't have to watch me do that. I swear, every time I try to think about a distant memory, someone is using technology to stop me from remembering. So I just got here, and I'm trying my best to remember my agent's name, and someone is using technology in my body to stop me from using my memory. So you can believe it or not, but you can still talk without your memory. But when you try to access your memory, I guess they electrocute that portion of your brain and you no longer can use it. So they think it's funny, stopping me from knowing and like simple things. They think it's a joke. These individuals, they are the several individuals I've been talking about on YouTube or Twitter or all my social media accounts. They think it's really funny to take something that belongs to someone else and offer it back if that person does what you tell them to do. Have you had any police contact? So, yes, and for the life of me, I can't remember what that police contact was. So, I'm trying my best right now to think about what happened when I contacted the police. And I can't remember. I can't remember what happened. So, I know I was contacted by the police, but they're using
Michael, but he had another agent come out
using technology to stop me from recalling. And the one thing they know frustrates people more than anything is not that person not being able to tell, so not being able to speak loud enough to be heard. So they use it as to drown out their voice. So they're telling me to say we drown out the voices of the people who cry out. And that's the example we just gave you. We don't want anyone to hear you crying. We'll make someone cry louder.
To use this.
If you think you're gonna be able to tell, we won't let you.
No,
so
said,
as you're trying to tell, our job is to find a way to make your voice not be heard.
Can you call Zoe back out?
And that's what I'm trying to do. See, I don't believe I'm speaking loudly. I don't think so. I don't think is this loud to you? I'll watch the video back, but I don't think I'm being that loud. So I think anyone who raises their voice is trying to disrupt the thought, like a person's ability to speak. So let's say you're standing next to somebody and they're speaking very loudly. You have to stop talking, right? That's a normal behavior. So you can put technology all across the like cities and neighborhoods and use anybody in the vicinity to act out what you want them to, what you like to see. So your idea becomes a reality. So if you in reality want the idea of a person's voice to be drowned, like not heard, you get somebody nearby to make that person's voice unheard. And you can pay somebody off with technology. So if you put technology in their bodies and they're looking for a gift in exchange for doing what you say, you give them electrical impulses they like. So you put the technology in their bodies, you give them the electrical impulses they like to feel, because you can electrocute somebody's body. You can electrocute people's bodies and give them a feeling they like to feel in exchange for doing what you tell them to do. Or you give them a, you grow their genitals, and that gives them more power in the with women. um, and um, or not power with women, but they think it symbolizes control of energy. So if you do what we tell you, you control your energy, we will grow your genitals, which is what the man's penis represents, his ability to control energy. It's supposed to symbolize your success in struggling to get stronger. So if you spent your life or generations of your family and your human history, so your grandfather, your great grandfather, their fathers spent their lives struggling to get stronger, then that would mean that you see they're trying to drown out my voice right now by speaking very loudly. Do you notice that? That they're talking so loudly when I speak? They're trying to drown out my voice so I can't talk on camera. So when your great great grandfather, or back when black people were the only colored skinned people on the planet, we spent our entire time during that period struggling to get stronger. So they, so the reward for that was symbolism, and that symbolism was the size of a man's penis. And as we got stronger and found more energy and learned how to control it, which took suffering and pain, our genitals started growing. Somebody today took that idea and changed it to technology. Use technology to do the same thing that genetics or gravity would do normally. So they use technology to symbolize what struggles normal people have or used to have with the use of technology. So if you do what you're told, you will grow your genitals like uh, nature, like normally what would happen in nature during the times that during historical times. Oh, not historic, pre like a long time ago. And they say if you have more money, if you're going to produce more money, if you're going to make lots of money, like paper, we will, and you're going to save it, or you're going to not spend it or blow it, then that also symbolizes you know how to control energy, and we will grow your genitals. But they just manipulate it. They just reuse the idea that you're supposed to grow. No, your genitals are only supposed to be grown if you know how to control energy. Like if you suffered, like physically suffered. So you have to physically suffer to prove that you learned how to control energy. So the only way to do that is by the only way to physically to suffer is to use gravity. So some form of difficulty, like it could be weight, it could be um, uh, learning. It could be. I'm so sorry. They're using technology to stop me from being able to talk. I'm in a TOP. And somebody's squeezing my chest right now to make it very difficult to speak, like squeezing the air out of your lungs. So it's technology. You can electrocute the muscles around the lungs so that they compress while you're speaking, so you feel like you're out of breath. And somebody is doing that as I'm talking right now to make sure I can't speak. And then electrocuting portions of your brain that you use to think so that I can't talk. And what I was saying, I think they just reminded me to continue to talk about what you just said. And now they're saying you're gonna get yourself killed if you don't stop telling. That's what they just said in my ears. Someone was dumb enough to put a cell phone in different children across the country so that they could live out fantasy, uh, live out their, so they can control people, control energy. So people are energy. These idiots think they can control energy with technology. So you put the technology in the person, you can control that person, and the energy. So technically, you're controlling energy, and you can make things happen or that you want to see happen.
John?
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm going to bring you back. I'm going to see you today.
Okay.
Thank you.
Danielle is unable to see you. She's not in the office today, so I'm just going to, I'm
Okay.
going to visit with you.
Okay. Cool. Still. Technology. Okay. And harass.
Did you get to any intake
gay people.
folders for any chance?
No, I'm doing it right now.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Halfway there.
Okay, awesome.
Awesome. Hear that? Awesome. Those are the words rapists use when they
Will you let me know? Okay.
after, before, or after they victimize somebody.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. And then could I have that?
So it's gay community harassment. The gay people think they're better than people, so they use all they have, every tool a person
Okay,
could have
thank you so much.
to harass another person.
All right, you ready, John?
Could you tell me the date really quick?
Let's see. What is the date? 10/17.
Okay. Okay.
Ready?
All right. Yep.
Okay, let's have you go through the.
All right. Do you need this?
Yes.
All
I'll take
right.
that. Thank you.
Yep. So, all right. Okay. All right.
Okay. Is that everything?
Yeah, it should be. All right.
Anything else? Oh, that'll do it.
Oh, my belt.
Oh, that'll do it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. There we go. I like your coat a lot.
Thank you.
Is it a nice weight? It looks like it's a good coat.
It was like I think it was the cheapest. It was the cheapest coat I could find on Amazon.
Really?
Yeah.
It looks really
Hold on.
nice.
I gotta put my belt buckle.
Okay.
Belt back on. I'll pick that up if you don't want to hold it. I know it's pretty heavy.
It's okay.
Do you know why adults are using the word awesome so much to describe things?
No.
You know,
Mm-mm.
I hear it so much. I hear 60-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 30-year-olds using the word awesome to describe things to other adults.
Really?
Do you know why that?
I think I just used it a couple times, didn't
Like
I?
4 times in a row. You have no idea why people are doing that?
No.
Oh. There was
I never
on
thought about
YouTube
it.
a while ago. I watched a YouTube videos about this young lady. She was in front of like a large crowd of people at like a fancy dinner, and she was describing the person who raped her as a man who kept using the words awesome while he spoke to her. I wrote a comment on it. If you really want the video, I'll show you. But she said that the man was using the word awesome after he committed rape, after he raped her. And she stood in front of a large crowd of people. She had a very nice looking dress on in front of a very large group of they looked like rich people.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a pretty serious moment for her. And she said that the man who raped her used the word awesome all the time. Do you know anything about that?
No.
Oh, that's weird because I've seen a lot of adults say the word awesome quite often. And it's very, the the fact that adults are using it is to me like a not normal, abnormal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we use that word when we talk to kids, children. We use the word awesome. Hey, you're doing an awesome job. Good job, to describe things to children.
Yeah.
But when we grow up, we turn 50, we have a bunch of vocabulary in our minds to use besides words we use to speak to children.
That's interesting.
So I just thought maybe there's a commonality between the number of people who are suddenly using the word awesome that are adults, and the woman's story about a man who was an adult who raped her and used the word awesome after he did.
That's interesting.